Hey, welcome to part one of hitting your 2023 goals with self-hypnosis. I'm going to cover the first part of the embodiment guide tonight with you, just to walk you through, because I know for me, sometimes when I download something, I forget about it. But this way, you all can just walk through it, get some motivation and get some clarity, ask me any questions about the guide. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can download the guide. It's linked in my bio. It's a free 150 plus page guide. So I figured I needed to do a type of mini training on it just to walk you through it. And I recommend that you go through this guide, and at the very end is how to set up your vision board and how to set up the first 12 weeks of 2023 and how to set cosmic goals versus smart goals. Let me just, I'm gonna bring up the table of contents for you. I like to use slides because I will go off on a tangent. So I wanna stay on track with you all. So here's the table of contents. It's a free guide. It's linked in my bio. You're so welcome. I like to create these every year for the new year, just so people have a resource, because, you know, I want everyone to be able to use this method and use this to better their lives, because hypnosis changed my life so drastically. So I want to be able to share it with all of you. So I'm going to go over the universal method. So the universal method is basically you taking stock of your life now. And then this way you'll be able, it's a free guide. So I just created it recently, so you don't need to purchase it. It's free to download. But I do have some reviews in my Instagram highlights of people that already started having things manifest from their vision board with the free guide. So if you were looking for reviews. So the first step that you're going to do is we're going to do the universal method, right? And then we're going to talk about embodied success, and I'll walk you through the process of embodiment. So, and then you can go into the next part. But then there's also like how hypnosis is used, self-hypnosis, the basic, and then Better Union 52, and then how to create a 12-week year. Hypnosis is different from affirmations because of the state. It's state plus language suggestions, and the suggestions are designed specifically for you to help you get from where you are to where you want to be. So there is a process versus affirmations where a lot of people just kind of say it but they don't believe it. The suggestions are designed to help you believe it, but you have to be in trance in order for them to get through, because once after the age of 7 years old, you have something that is called critical factor that comes up that prevents messages or things, you know, it prevents you from just accepting directions unfiltered. So it acts as a filter. So in order for the suggestions to work, you have to go into trance. So that has to go down in order for us to actually connect with your unconscious or your subconscious, depending on what the target is for your self-hypnosis session. But all of this is in the guide as well. So it answers a lot of questions, and it walks you through a self-hypnosis script, a standard one that you can use. So the universal method is something that I designed based on running 600 plus hypnotherapy sessions with high performers. So I work one-on-one with high performers, and these are the blocks that they have to their next level of success. I'm not a licensed mental health provider, so this is specifically for high performers and for performance optimization and goals. So I don't want you to think that this is going to replace therapy in any way or form. This is targeted specifically for your goals. So you're going to use the universal method to address where you are now. A lot of times what I see, everyone that is like high vibe but low funds, they are focused on where they want to be without taking stock of where you are now. You have to see where you are now so you can see the steps, how many steps needed, or what you need to do to get to where you want to be. And for a lot of you, you're probably seeing a lot of influencers or content providers or content creators that are running like vision board tutorials or vision board parties. But before you do their tutorial, you need to take stock as to where you are, what privileges you may have, or what disadvantages you may have in comparison to them, because a lot of these people are already successful. So they're going to say, yeah, I manifested what's on my vision board, but they were already halfway there. So then you're going to use their method and you're going to not get the same results, and you're going to think it's you when it's not you. It's really the process. So I want to walk you through this. This is something that you can use for the rest of your life. I do this every month. So let's go through the dimensions, the 8 dimensions of you. I needed to understand why it was so hard for me when it seemed like I would join groups or programs, and then people were like, I had a 10K day, and I'm like, we're running the same funnel, we're running the same ads. How did you get a 10K day and I am negative 10K? Like, how did that happen? So I was struggling. I was like, what is wrong with me? Like, why am I not manifesting? Why isn't it happening for me? What is it? Am I not worthy? Am I not enough? So I would work extra hard. I would do all these things, and I still would not get as close to them until I realized, working on myself and working with my clients, there is more to you than meets the eye. There's more to everyone than meets the eye. So you have to look at where you are mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, financially. If you have any 3D limitations, like based on your identity, if you're any marginalization, any intergenerational trauma that can impact your perception, any soul ties, anything. So these are the dimensions of you. And so you look at these things to see what might be impacting you personally into where you want to go, because you may have similar symptoms as other people, but there's a different root cause. Like, you can be procrastinating because you actually are afraid of success, and someone else could be procrastinating because they have ADHD. So it's really important that you can get to where you want to be. So this is what we're going to do now. And so this is in the guide. And so you identify what your matrix score is based on those dimensions that I just presented to you. So you're going to calculate it. And here's an example. So this is mental. So this is how you're going to find if you have a mental block. So what about real chronic illness and disability? How do I believe in myself and be brave when the world is so cruel to people who are different? Is it about finding lifestyle changes, supplements? Yes. Okay. So this is why I have the physical element in this. If you have chronic illness and disability, you're not just going to be like, you're not just going to be like, I don't chase, I attract, it's not going to be as simple for you. But the thing is, and you might have some resentment that may also be impacting you, and you also have some past negative experiences that are impacting you too. Like, for example, I have a client that had a negative childhood experience based on their ability that made them see as an adult they saw the same obstacle. They didn't realize that now that they are an adult, they had more power to overcome that obstacle because they were still thinking and seeing from the child perspective and what happened to them in their past. Now, I'm not a licensed mental health provider, so I don't want to overstep. This is something definitely, if you have a licensed mental health provider, you can, go with them. But I want you to know that there is space for your success. Yes, I'm so glad that, yes, you know that there's space for my success. I'm so conditioned that it didn't work. Yes, I'm so glad that you understand. So as long as you understand that people have been telling you that you aren't enough, that it's not the reality. You are enough and you deserve what it is that you want. And then once you know that you deserve it, no matter what happened in the past or what people say, now you have to think of your custom plan to get what it is you want, because your custom path or your custom plan is going to look different than someone with certain abilities. And that's okay, because that's their path and that's their plan, and you have your own. So that is what this guide is about. It's about embodiment. It's about being true to your path and to your purpose, and not trying to copy and paste other people's lives or other people's values or other people's beliefs, but really to unravel and decondition everything that has been put upon you and go back to your core. And then once you're back to your core, you'll have a clear path to what you really want. So going through this process, so this is mental. So we have mental, and I don't want this live to be too long for the replay, but we have mental, we have self. So you're going to go through this. And once you go through all the dimensions and calculate the score, you'll identify the dimension with the lowest matrix score. And then you're going to begin clearing the blocks in that area. And you're going to feel such a huge relief, because other people, like if you're both going, so say you and your best friend are at the start of the year working on your mindset, right? But they have an identity block and you have a belief block. But if you both join a program that's designed to work on your negative beliefs, she may not receive as much of a shift as you, because you're working on your beliefs and she needs to work on her self-concept. So it's very important that you identify the area, the dimension with the lowest matrix score, so you can start working on that matrix score and get immediate relief and results. And when you get immediate relief and results, it's going to give you so much more confidence. And then you're going to be working on a different frequency when you're confident. Your actions will start to align with what you want to attract. So download the guide and go through that. And so now you're probably asking, how do we begin clearing those blocks? Great question. So you need to think about the 7 types. So you have subconscious mental blocks, you have unconscious fears and emotions, and you have unconscious behavioral blocks. You also have energetic imbalances, limited light body, 3D restrictions, and ancestral bondage. So why do I love hypnosis so much? Because hypnosis is able to cut through all of those dimensions. You're able to address any physical imbalances, any energy imbalances, conscious, even habits, unconscious healing. It works both on the nervous system and the limbic system. So when you really get to know and use the process of self-hypnosis, you will no longer have to dunk your head in ice when you're triggered, because you're going to release that trigger. Like, it's silk press season. I'm not dunking my head in ice every time I'm upset. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna do a self-hypnosis session. You guys are not messing up my edges if you want me to. I was like, I'm not dunking my head in ice. Like, it's so no. So self-hypnosis it really helps you feel good where you are. You don't have to constantly have to do tips and tricks and hacks. It was like, I felt like I was doing so many tips, tricks, and hacks, and I just wanted to feel good. I just wanted to feel good in my body. I just wanted to feel good being myself. I didn't want to always have to be like this. Try to be high vibe. Stay focused. I wanted to just feel good now and feel good most of the time. I know I can't be happy all the time, but I want to feel good most of the time. And so that's what I started to focus on. And that's why hypnosis helps. So the process, this guide, how to use this guide, you're going to think about embodiment. And I'm going to go through different things. It incorporates cognitive restructuring. As someone that was diagnosed with ADHD when I was a teenager, that cognitive behavioral therapy has been such a help for me. It may not be for everyone else, but I'm including it in the guide because of my experience. But like I said, I'm not a licensed mental health professional yet, so it's important that you touch base with someone. Even though I am in grad school, I'm not licensed. All of this is through my research and my experience and my client work and my education. So let's get into it. You're going to go through, yes, I'm so glad you see it. Yeah, it definitely is a great supplement to therapy. So how to start using embodiment. This is when you start, the first step is with breathing. A lot of my clients don't understand how important breath is. So we talk about breathing and how the breath moves to your body can really help you in terms of grounding and embodiment and also focus. Then we talk about your senses, focusing on your physical senses. We do the body scan method. I'm just going through this quickly because it is all in the guide, so I don't want to rush you through the process. So you can do this self-paced, but I feel like when I watch videos of people doing something that I want to do, it gives me the motivation to actually do it. So that's why I wanted to create these videos, but we're not going to do it all together. If you want to download the guide, do this together with your partner, do it with a friend, do it with a group of friends. Like, just sit down if you're having a vision board party, before everyone starts working on the vision board, go through the guide to get clear and get grounded on what you really want to do in 2023. That's why I created this for you guys. And so this is really good for rapid improvement. And if you want support throughout the year, this is basically what we go through in Better You in 52. It's my 52-week membership. It's just a subscription. And so when you join, we do monthly group hypnosis sessions. And then each week you also get self-hypnosis systems. So you don't have to create your own script. You can be guided through it. And then I also incorporate sound therapy using subliminals that I developed to help you regulate your limbic system and reset your nervous system. And the process of doing this work, it's a minimum of a year. I don't want to seem like I'm a quick fix. It definitely is something that you have to work on consistently. But the great thing is that there's no side effects. And a year goes by like that. Like, look at 2022, it flew by. And so by the end of 2023, you are going to feel like a different person, and you're going to look around and your life is going to be completely different. So it's winter solstice, it's 12/21. This is a great time to go through the guide, get clear on what you want to call in. at the back of the guide is a vision board structure, and then it's also a belief board. And with this vision board and belief board, you can really, after you go through the process and then you get to the vision board and the belief board, you'll know exactly what you want to put on your vision board. It's not going to be arbitrary goals. Like, you really need to put an emotional anchor to your goals. So when you look at your vision board, you are going to feel good instead of like, what is that? Like, when you look at your vision board, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing, I'm so excited. And then it motivates you, inspires you to take action to make the things happen on your vision board. So this document is going to guide you through the process of embodiment and creating emotional anchors and solid beliefs to link that. Okay, good. I'm so glad that you're visualizing, visualizing intentionally. So the guide is linked. It's free to download for you to get started. It's just my gift to you all. And then you have the option, if you do want to invest in the Better You in 52 membership and join me for the entire year and the Better You in 52 community, you have that option as well. But I'm really excited to hear what you call in the first few weeks. All right. Bye. Have a good night. Thank you.